Hey, what's going on, everyone? So in the shop today, down in the gun room, kind of going over some sling setups. The Gen 2 Lycan slings have arrived. So we have the SBR and we have the standard. We've been running the Gen 1s for a while now. Was able to link up with Chris, and Zach Scott was able to get us a couple of them, which was awesome. And what we were finding that these just worked, you know, as my last video, it worked great around our gear, it worked great around our head. There was enough padding, it wasn't hurting, it didn't have any issues. I particularly liked the setup that it had to link it to the rifle. So there's a couple ways that you can link these, and I'm gonna go over these on the install video as well. But I'm just gonna break it down. Lycan has came up with like this seatbelt material, and with this seatbelt material, for me, it's something that doesn't really burn on my neck. It doesn't burn on my face when I'm doing transitions and I'm working through my gear. I haven't had anything hang up. And as you guys can see, I'm running multiple plate carriers to try out. I'm wearing JPC Cries. I'm wearing the Agalite. I'm wearing the Warrior Systems, Assault Systems, and it's been great on all of them, which has been huge. And I'm a big guy, I got a big neck. So biggest thing for me is when I'm wearing this stuff and it's up around my neck and I'm having to run a sling, plus the really thick pads. It's great, but it kind of gets hung up on some stuff. The only one that I typically would wear is stuff that had really small aspects, and I would just like flip my collar up. And so when they showed us this, it's not too wide, but it's something that I put around my body every day. So I know that the pull rate, the strength rate is going to be awesome. The fact that they're using that, this is their Lycan cord, so it is Kevlar wrapped in paracord, and the break weight is like 640 pounds. So if you get this hooked on something that doesn't have like a sharp edge, so vehicles, kit, gear, doorways, like it's not gonna break, it's not gonna stretch, it's not gonna make it all bungee and kind of ruin it. You really have to be very direct on like cutting this to get it to snap. The reason why that they came up with this is what they were testing with special operations guys, is they wanted something that was going to be anti-rot, and that's what the paracord does. They're also wanting something that was going to be the protection against the UV damage, because as they're operating in different sides of the country, different sides of the world, heat and temperatures fluctuate because if you're near the equator, different countries are hotter than others. And so that's where this came in. So it's been a pretty awesome thing to have the no flex, no bungee. It's just where it's at. The other aspect that they had found with the special operations guys is they wanted the aluminum, so the 7075 billet aluminum for all the hardware. That withstands all of the pressures, all of the water absorption, or not water absorption, but the water entries. So if it's maritime, it's sea, it's lake, it's creek, it's muck, whatever it is. I mean, these guys being around Florida, the humidity is different, the swamps are different, and so that's where it's really important. That they went from just the polymer attachments that were on here up to these billet 7075 aluminum. The biggest aspect too is the rear. So how you can hook this to the receiver. It's not for a QD mount, it's for you to loop this Kevlar cord through, and as you loop it through, you can put it through, bring it back through, and then loop this to your attachment, and then you can tie your knot, and then you can super glue your knot. And what that does is when you have this attached to it, and then you have your sling, you'll then take your shrink tube, and your shrink tube will go over all this, and then it shrinks down so that there is no sound at all. And you're able to have that more stealthy movement with your rifle attached to the sling, which I've done that on mine. So as you guys can see, before we had these Gen 2s go out, how I did mine was I looped it through this QD top mount, and as you see, I put it through, and then I did the under loop, and then I looped it through the attachment to the sling portion, and I took the excess of sling plus the Kevlar cord wrapped in paracord, and then I super glued it on the inside here around the knot, so there was no way it was going to break. And then I just shrink wrapped all of it. So now there's no sound when this is moving. You get that stealthy aspect with it, which is kind of cool. And then you could even do more where you wrap it more around the tri-glide and everything, so that there's no sound at all. I did not do it the same on this. I wrapped it around that QD mount so I could take it on and off if I wanted to. As you see, I still did that loop here, but I could have went this loop here and then fed it back through and then glued the knot here instead of gluing it up here. But now this gives me the ability to take it off, And now apply this, and this will replace that, and then it gives me the ability to have it in the back. So definitely something that's been pretty solid for us. We've been using them. The last iteration was kind of my favorite when it comes to using a rifle that I'm going to use all the time. So this is off my Zaddy rifle, my 14.5. I drilled through the back with the Dremel and just a small bit, and then I fed the I fed the Kevlar wire, Kevlar and paracord through. I super glued this knot. I had just extended, excess piece, and now that when it gets caught, it does not pull through. And then I was able to loop it around, and then again shrink tube everything to give me that silent aspect. So this is another way you guys can do it. This is the way that I'm going to keep it on the Zaddy rifle for the SBR. I'm going to try the rear hooks here and just see how it works. So definitely something that's pretty awesome. If you guys are wanting to check it out, go check out Lycan Precision's slings. This is their logo. I'll have a link in the video where you guys can click on that link and go to their website and then start ordering these as well. So have any questions, DM. I'm gonna be putting together a video of install as well. So I'm pretty stoked about these. I've been waiting for these suckers. Chris and I have been talking, trying to get all the ideas that they're getting together from all these high-class, high-speed guys that have more experience than I do. And then now I'm just reaping the benefits. So again, guys, take care. Remember, train hard, train smart, stay free.